I'm kneading some dough, some soap dough here, getting it ready for my embeds. I'm going to be making a sun with this. This is a soap dough extruder that's made by I Dream in Soap, and this makes my job a whole lot easier. It's much bigger than a clay extruder, and I can do a bigger job with it. I'm going to also, after I get the sun all extruded out, I'm going to extrude out the sun rays that I am hoping to attach to my sun. And we'll see how that goes in a few minutes. These white discs with the shapes in them, like the stems of the flower and the tulip, they are what goes in the extruder and causes the shapes to come out when you push the clay or the dough through the extruder. I had somebody make these for me. Her name is Anna Kopel, and I went ahead and came up with some designs, and she was able to print those out for me on her 3D printer. What I'm hoping to accomplish here is to get these sun rays attached to the sun, and I'm using distilled water to get them to stick. I've never done something this long before, so I don't really know how this is going to work out, and we're just going to have to wait and see. So this is for the top of my soap. I'm going to have this sitting on top and partly inside and partly on the outside, and then on the inside my plan is to use the tulips and the flower stem and create a complex embed for my design. Okay, this is not working. I cannot get these to stay. I would have to leave it here and let it dry out, but if I let it dry out, then I'm not going to get the others on because it needs to be moist. So we're going to scrap this. We're going to take these off and just use the round sun and forget the sun rays. So we'll go ahead and start making the soap here. Okay, this soap is part of February's Soap Challenge Club. And I'm just going to go ahead and add this oil, which is peony and acai blossom. So in the past, peony has behaved pretty well for a floral, so I am really hoping for the same today. So this is not a fun challenge to do. It was very challenging and frustrating, but it's good to learn what your limits are. And this month's challenge was to create complex embeds. An embed is a design that is in your soap that goes through the length of your soap. Well, my soap molds are 18 inches long, and complex embeds mean you are taking several pieces of something, like say if you were doing a beach ball and you had 3 colors, you would take those 3 triangles or whatever you want to call them and put them together to make a ball. Sounds easy when you think of using like clay or something, but I'm using soap dough. And soap dough is great for extruding. It's great for making embellishments, which are smaller and would sit on the top of your soap, like I've made in the past. I've made ladybugs, I've made gnomes and mushrooms, but embeds go all the way through. And making complex embeds, when you're taking 3 or more pieces or 2 pieces and putting them together in a long 18-inch tube or whatever your design is, it's not easy, and to be completely honest with you, it's not fun. So I learned that I don't enjoy it. I will stick with my regular embeds when I use them, and we'll see how this goes. This will be interesting. Going on top of this one that's supposed to be so straight. This is my complex. I'm gonna have to cut off a little bit of it. So this is my complex embed right here. It is took the 2 tulips that I extruded. I did cut into the side of one to attach it to the other, so it looks like 2 flowers together, and they are also the stem of the flower underneath fits right into the slot that's on the bottom. So this is my complex embed. I wanted to do a gradient blue with the bulk of my soap batter. Unfortunately, the fragrances did accelerate a bit, and I really just need to make sure I'm filling any air gaps in here, so I have to work rather quickly. So I'm not able to do the gradient blue that I was hoping to do, so that may be problematic for me, having 2, they're pretty distinctly different colors, and not so gradient at all, but we'll see how it goes. I got to make sure I just fill in these gaps really well, and that there's no air bubbles in there. much, but actually, not bad. Not bad. Surprise, surprise. This one came in awesome.